Hitting hard with Jon Chuckery back here with you on Locked On Sports Atlanta on this Monday morning as we recap what the Hawks did over the weekend and, of course, the loss yesterday to the Miami Heat in blowout fashion. I'm not completely surprised by all of that. Don't forget, we want you to go to Locked On Sports Atlanta on our YouTube channel, hit the subscribe button, rate us, review us, tell us what you think about the show thus far, and, of course, you can check us out on all of your favorite podcast platforms, including Odyssey. Just look for Locked On Sports Atlanta. And I want you to follow me on my Twitter page at JMCH316. Now, if there was some good news in the series yesterday or in the game yesterday, it was the return of John Collins. Now, I brought this up last week when we were doing the show that, could Capela, with Capela being hurt, could this spur the idea of getting John Collins back quicker? Because, and I said this on this podcast, that I did not believe that John Collins was going to come back. I don't know. I guess maybe being too negative or something, but I just didn't believe that John Collins was going to come back. And then lo and behold, he shows up yesterday in Miami and he plays 21 minutes and he was fine. I mean, first off, the fact that he played 21 minutes surprised me a little bit. He came off the bench, obviously. He was 4 for 6 from the field. He did hit a 3. He had 4 rebounds, 10 points, and was actually a +2 while he was on the floor. So the fact is that the Hawks they kept pace while he was on the floor. That's all good signs. And look, the big thing now about Capela, who it looks like they're going to reevaluate him in a week. Well, if we read some of the tea leaves, so last Friday when he gets hurt, this Friday will be 7 games, which just so happens to coincide with him, being looked at on the first time that they're going to play in State Farm Arena. So I think it's safe to assume we won't see any Clint Capela tomorrow night in the matchup, which is a big loss. Because if you think about Capela, obviously his interior defense and rim protection, and he really is an outstanding rebounder. He really is an outstanding guy on the boards. If you look at yesterday, the Hawks got out-rebounded 40-38. Now, that's not that much or things like that, but you think about what Capela means on the offensive rebounding side of things for the Atlanta Hawks and keeping some extra possessions and just having a guy who can clean the glass and feel like he can protect the rim. So they're going to need John Collins, and I hate to say it this way, but he's going to have to amp up his minutes pretty quickly. I know he's probably going to be on another minutes restriction. I don't know how many minutes they can squeeze out of him, but moving forward, depending on Capela's health, they're going to need John Collins to get toward that 30-minute mark and give them some sort of low post presence, even if it's not so much offensively, but they need help rebounding the basketball. They need somebody who can help them rebound the basketball without Capela, because otherwise you have very limited options. I mean, Gallinari is not going to go down and bang with guys. I mean, he's the ultimate Euro, just get knocked off his feet every chance he gets type of player. So they have literally nobody. And even a Kongwu and Dang and some of those guys that they have bigs. If you look yesterday, you look yesterday at what the Hawks did. Okongwu had 7 rebounds. Okay, that's not terrible. He only played 21 minutes. Dang in 6 minutes only had 1 rebound. So you only got 8 rebounds out of your, quote unquote center position. Well, that's about half of what a Clint Capela can give you on the rebounding end. So, and that's going to be important because Miami's going to shoot plenty of threes. They're going to shoot it from the perimeter as they miss those threes. Somebody's got to be able to clean up the boards out there. So hopefully John Collins can get an increased role, and hopefully that he can get this thing on track quicker than later. So it's going to be tough. And look, does tomorrow night become must win? I don't think so. Believe it or not, I don't think it becomes must win. The reason I say that is, you look at the Hawks last year in the playoffs. Look at how well they played on the road. Yesterday aside, because of all the things, injuries, fatigue, just playing 3 games in a handful of days, that all factored in. But look at the Hawks last year. They won 3 games in Philadelphia. They won in Madison Square Garden. They went on the road and were warriors last year, going on the road in the playoffs and finding a way to win games. So I don't think tomorrow becomes must win. Look, would you love to split with Miami and switch the home court back to Atlanta? No doubt about it. But I don't think tomorrow is must win. I don't think the Hawks going down 2-0 means that this series is over. Can the Hawks beat the Heat? Yes, if they have enough of their components around, right? If you're telling me that Capela can come back as we move into this series, if you're telling me John Collins' role can step up a little bit and he can contribute, yes, I feel like that the Hawks match up enough with the Miami Heat that they can hang with them and they can win a series like this. So I know the importance of tomorrow's game, and I'm sure statistically you're going to see like, oh, when a team gets down 2-0, and has to come back home, they only win blah 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 blah. I get all that, but I've seen this. Look, I wasn't sure that the Hawks would get through 2 playing games and get themselves in a series. I've seen this Hawks team enough, and this is the difference between NBA Joe Bag of Donuts, on the national level versus being here locally. I've seen this team get itself together and figure some things out. Just when you think that they don't have things figured out, or just when you think that they're down and about to get kicked around, they find a way to steal a Falcons term, rise up, right? So I don't think tomorrow is as much of a must-win game as some people may think that it is, but certainly they have to get some things figured out. And how they bounce back tomorrow is going to be fascinating because you got your teeth kicked in, right? I mean, you got beat up, banged up, you got kicked around. One of your starters was out. You did get John back. That was a good thing. You got 21 minutes out of him. Okay. I mean, there's a little bit of that positivity. Your 2 real scorers on this team combined for 1 for 20 from the field. All right. So you have to factor that nothing can be worse than that, right? Bogey can't go 0 for 8 again, right? Trey can't go 1 for 12 after the performances we just saw on Wednesday and Friday night. So I think there's a lot of things that the Hawks can just say, okay, we got in here, short turnaround, we got our butt kicked. Let's get all of that bad mojo out of us and let's turn around coming up tomorrow. Because now you don't have to travel, right? You're in Miami. You had all afternoon yesterday and night. You got today, and then you play tomorrow night. So you've got a chance to get your legs back underneath you, get a little bit of rest, get a little bit of practice time in. You don't have to go anywhere. There's no travel involved, in any of this stuff. So it's, you're in pretty good position. And maybe they steal a game tomorrow, because that's what you got to do, right? Just steal one game on the road, and you completely turn this series around, and you get it back here to Atlanta, and you get the home crowd. And that's what I think. Look, do the Hawks have to win tomorrow night? No. But at the same time, do the Hawks have to protect home court advantage when they get home? Yes. You can't go 0-2 on the road and then come here and lose, to Miami one of those times. You have to hold serve at home so that you can steal a game on the road at some point. I don't know if that's tomorrow. I don't know if that's late in the series, but that's why I don't think that it's must win tomorrow night. As long as you come back home and get yourself together and you can keep serve at home, win your home games, I think the Hawks are in pretty good position. And again, we'll wait to see if Clint Capela can come back, when we get back here on Friday. We'll see if John Collins' minutes get amped up. But I certainly don't think that the Hawks play this bad again coming up tomorrow night. And I certainly think that you'll see a good bounce back. And look, again, this is a tough, resilient team. Say what you will about how the regular season went, but in the playoffs, they've shown that they are a different breed and a different animal. All right, when we get back, boy, lots of rumors about Kyler Murray coming to the Falcons. Wait a second. I thought we couldn't have a higher pro. Anyway, we'll talk about that next coming up here. It is Hitting Hard with Jon Chuckery on Locked On Sports Atlanta.